David Moyes has stated a need to sign another striker. Every transfer window we need a striker. Every scouting report segment has a striker. We've got a striker. Konstantin Tyukavin, a Russian who plays for Dynamo Moscow. There. Voila. West Ham does have a connection with Dynamo Moscow. Former centre-back Fabian Balbuena actually played for Dynamo Moscow after he left West Ham. But following the outbreak of the war in Ukraine, he left Russia and went back to Brazil to play for Corinthians, whom he's still playing for today. One player who was playing with him at Dynamo Moscow, at least for a little bit anyway, was 21-year-old striker Konstantin Tyukavin. He is slowly emerging into the Russian national team and seems to be a very clinical kind of player. Now, I do tend to post players from Russia and Ukraine in my scouting reports, but you can get a lot of good talent from these countries if you really dig deep. It's the motto of From the Anvil scouting reports. Dig deep and you'll strike gold. Tyukavin's father, Alexander, is a famous bandy player in Russia. Bandy is a sport similar to field hockey, and his father played it at international tournaments. Tyukavin himself is a lifelong Dynamo Moscow fan, and he's been at the club since he was 7 years old. He became a first-team player in 2020 and has been a starter ever since. He's scored 26 goals in 91 games. He played for Russia at the 2021 European Under-21 Championship, and as a result of his success in the league, he was given a lot more opportunities to play in this tournament. He scored 6 goals in 12 games and was one of the standout players. Dynamo Moscow fans refer to him as a goal machine. He's been compared to Roberto Firmino due to his flair and athleticism. So we've got, I suppose, the Russian Roberto, or I can't think of any other kind of analogy, or Borscht Brazilian. There you go. Loves his beetroot soup. Tyukavin is as helpful as he is clinical. Last season, he had a successful pass rating average of 73.4% and an average of 2.1 shots per game. What's interesting about this guy is, very similar to Firmino, Tyukavin is a playmaker striker, in the sense that he uses flicks and quick passes to play attackers into the box and to evade danger. He's also, like I've mentioned in previous videos about other players, a one-timer. In his shooting, he strikes with instinct. Instinct is a psychological thing. You cannot really teach this. You have to be naturally good at doing it, or you teach yourself to do it over time. I see quite a clinical player. If you have a player who is able to sense when to strike and where to strike, you will get someone who is knowledgeable enough to make those plays and score those goals. This guy can do it. A few scouts on Twitter and football analysts and data analysts have spoken about him. I know Antonio Mango did on the Mango thread. I know that some scouts in Russia have spoken about this person. I know I'm talking about him. So that's at least 3 people who have raved about this guy. So, would he suit West Ham United? We need someone who's clinical. And I think, it's an option to throw out there. Clinical finishing with the players that we've got right now. You have one here. Konstantin Tyukavin.